Bolivarianism is a set of political doctrines that enjoys currency in parts of South America, especially Venezuela. Bolivarianism is named after Simón Bolívar, a 19th-century Venezuelan general and liberator from the Spanish monarchy then in abeyance, who led the struggle for independence throughout much of South America. Bolivarianism of Hugo Chavez. In recent years, Bolivarianism's most significant political manifestation was in the government of Venezuela's President Hugo Chavez, who from the beginning of his presidency called himself a Bolivarian patriot and applied his interpretation of several of Bolivar's ideals to everyday affairs. As part of the Bolivarian Revolution, that included the 1999 Constitution, which changed Venezuela's name to the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, and other ideas such as the Bolivarian schools, Bolivarian circles, and the Universidad Bolivariana de Venezuela. Often, the term Bolivarianism is used specifically to refer to Chavez's rule. The central points of Bolivarianism, as extolled by Chavez, are South American economic and political sovereignty, grassroots political participation of the population via popular votes and referendums, economic self-sufficiency, instilling in people a national ethic of patriotic service, equitable distribution of vast natural resources, eliminating corruption. Chavez's version of Bolivarianism, although drawing heavily from Simón Bolívar's ideals, was also drawn from the writings of Marxist historian Federico Brito Figueroa. Chavez was also influenced by the Hispanic American tradition of cooperativism early in his life, such as that practiced by George Eliot Gaitan, Fidel Castro, Che Guevara and Salvador Allende. Other key influences on Chavez's political philosophy include Ezequiel Zamora and Simon Rodriguez, although Chavez himself referred to his ideology as Bolivarianismo. Chavez's supporters and opponents in Venezuela refer to themselves as being either for or against Chavismo. Chavez supporters refer to themselves as Chavistas. Later in his life, Chavez would acknowledge the role that democratic socialism plays in Bolivarianism. Chavez declared his support for democratic socialism as integral to Bolivarianism, proclaiming that humanity must embrace a new type of socialism, a humanist one, which puts humans, and not machines or the state, ahead of everything. He later reiterated this sentiment in the 26th of February speech at the Fourth Summit on Social Debt held in Caracas. Other definitions and dispute. Historically, there has been no universally accepted definition as to the proper use of the terms Bolivarianism and Bolivarian within all the countries in the region. Many leaders, movements and parties have indistinctly used them to describe themselves throughout most of the 19th and 20th centuries. Pan-Americanism. People who have called themselves Bolivarianos claim to follow the general ideology expressed in Bolivar's texts such as the Carta de Jamaica and the Discurso de Angostura. Some of Bolivar's ideas include forming a union of Hispanic American countries, providing public education, and enforcing sovereignty to fight against foreign invasion, which has been interpreted to include economic domination by foreign powers. An example of such a union was Gran Colombia, a bloc of countries consisting of Venezuela, Colombia, Panama and Ecuador. The Colombian insurgent group, FARC, has, in recent years, also considered itself to be inspired by Bolivar's ideals and by his role in the 19th century independence struggle against Spain. It has also publicly declared its sympathy towards Hugo Chavez and his Bolivarian revolution, though none of the other confirm or deny any involvement with the insurgent group. A Venezuelan guerrilla organization, the Bolivarian Forces of Liberation, also espouses Bolivarianism. although it is not known if they have any ties to the Venezuelan government. Chavismo-Bolivarianism in Venezuela is also referred to as Chavismo or Chavezism. Adherents are referred to as Chavistas. Several political parties in Venezuela support Chavismo. The main party, directly affiliated with Chavez, is the PSUV, United Socialist Party of Venezuela, which replaced the Fifth Republic movement. Other parties and movements supporting Chavismo include Communist Party of Venezuela, Venezuelan Popular Unity, and Tupamaros. The left-wing Fatherland for All movement for socialism, radical cause and for social democracy initially supported Chavismo, but they have since distanced themselves from it and now oppose it. A 2002 article in the Boston Globe said Chavismo fueled the eruption of public fury that swept the charismatic and confrontational president back into power after a group of military officers deposed him for 2 days in April in favor of a businessman president, adding that the Chavismo phenomenon has almost religious qualities.